Mm, hmm. Shadow's too dark. Hmm. Uh, Stretch check. Gently massage my hand check. I should Hmm. Eh. Oh, I hope you can get a haircut going soon. Yeah, let's go for the pink later. Mm. Heck, bad times all around. Gotta get that stuff out of here. Mm. Mm. What if I don't do that and I like just do this. And like alter that later. Might actually be better. Ow. Yeah, I have not personally had that problem with my hair, but it's probably because when I wear headphones, I usually have a bandana under it. I think I only wear headphones when I'm streaming these days, but yeah, that would be real fucking bad. Oh yeah, when you do like neck headphones, yeah. I have to wear sunglasses a lot because I get like really bad headaches from bright lights and stuff, and I live in the desert, so it's very bright. And I very often just, put my sunglasses up on my head, and depending on the sunglasses, I often, they get stuck in my hair. So I figure it's kind of like that, where you're just trying to adjust something and it's like snag. Miserable. Mm, I'll adjust that later. It might work. Mm, I'll just do normal mode and then go back later with some clips. Like, Oh, the dragon boss. Good luck. May Aaron Jesus not be such a dick to you today. Mm. Oh. Huh. Well, damn. Mm. Aha. Was there filming involved in the other ones? Has it been filmed the whole time? Is it just gonna be that they're going to film on the next one that has to do with N-Corp? Oh, they watched a film. not allowed to watch a film? Or, like, you're not allowed to watch a film that was filmed in... Oh, okay. Okay, so no one's allowed to see recordings of the inside of N Corp. N stands for no filming. No filming, no photography. Mm-mm. Mm. Weird. Too late with that. I think I went too light with the reflected light. Eh? Yeah, it's a bit lighter. A bit darker. Hmm. Okay. Yeah, I saw the message you sent, but I haven't fully checked it yet because I wanted to see it and then remember to check my calendar. I noticed it just before I was going to start doing this, so I was like, heck, I don't want to forget to check my calendar. So I left the message, like, I didn't click the link or anything or scroll all the way down, so it would still count as a new message, so I would remember to check it later. I have to do that kind of thing. Or I will forget to note down on my calendar later. Maybe have a good vacation. Yeah, I gotta finish doing a bit of an art swap leftover purge, and then I gotta put all the stuff in my cardinite. Like little hints of where the shininess reflects. I don't know if that matters, but... Making the light reflect off the little scales, because they're pretty... pen died. Okay. That's... Posture check. Make sure you're not sitting with your knee in a weird position check. Ow. So, yeah, I think that's sort of working for a highlight. I think maybe I'll just do like a general highlight and then I'll put the little scale sparkles on another layer. Let's use my trackpad to carefully erase those, and I'll put them back on a different layer so I can control the shine a bit better. Messed up a couple spots, but I can fix those when my pen charges. Okay. I think I should put an extra shadow. Maybe just like a darker shadow here. I don't know. I'll scroll out a bit. Oh yeah, it needs a bit of a darker shadow on the stocking. The stockings tend to have kind of dramatic shadows to them. Freak. Sometimes talking habits change, or typing habits, or communication habits. Occasionally I'll notice that I'm like using a certain word too much, and for some reason that annoys me, so then I'll try. Ow, ow, ow. What the flip? What the freak? Housemate LG turned the AC on because it was kind of stuffy, and she was like, I'm hot, blah. And I'm like, I'm kind of cold now. But I want to make sure she's comfortable enough. I'm also cold. Can I reach the blanket on the other couch without taking my headset off? Yes, okay. Blanky time. Oh. Test. There we go. Okay. I was moving around. Some people just feed their babies a whole lot. I don't know if it cut out again. Did. Probably. Accidentally. Okay, there we go. Accidentally pulled on the mic cord again while wrapping up in the blanket. I read that wrong and I was like, you're going to Dragon Con? Cool, man. Yeah, the Michelin Man. Michelin Marshmallow Man. I think he's supposed to be like a stack of tires or something, maybe? I don't know. He doesn't look like a stack of tires, though. I don't know what he's supposed to look like. Tetashio. Hello, baby. I'm petting her little head and she's glaring at me like an owl. It's like, I guess these tires. Looks more like marshmallows. Yeah, it's like, there's the people who get weird about their babies having normal baby fat. They're supposed to be kind of chubby because of a special type of fat that only babies have. And then there are people who feed their baby way too much because they think it's cute. Like, yeah, you gotta find a balance. The same as with pets. Just because your pet or your baby, which a lot of people treat those as the exact same thing. Just because your pet or your baby will eat doesn't mean they have to or they're even hungry. It just means that they will. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like a challenge boss, right? Challenge bosses for the hardcore players. I was sitting with my leg resting on like a little lap desk thing that I have, and it left a weird crease in it. Annoying. Yeah, one of those special like event things, or like, special challenge things. Get special achievements. Good to be like, haha, I did the thing. Uh, Stalking shadow. I'm gonna have to make the stalking shadow transparent, just like the stalking. God, I remember there's this like one of those weird internet videos that I wish didn't live in my head. I'm trying to get it out of there. Mental pest control can do nothing about it. But it's like a video of someone's very chubby baby just like scooting around in such a way that it's I hate it. I hate it. I don't even know what to search to find that, and I don't want to search to find it in case the internet thinks that I want to watch baby videos and tries to make me watch a bunch of baby videos. Mm, I don't like it when people treat babies like a little toy that's just like cute, and then they get just like look at my cute thing that I have, and so it's like that's a fucking little proto person, dude. Yeah. Mm, I'm trying to let my pen charge a little bit more. Is there anything else I can work on? What was this? Oh yeah, drew that when I had a migraine. Oh good. I haven't seen. I got stressed out and was watching a lot of news again recently. Feel free to tell me what happened or send a video or something. Mm-hmm. I already went to early vote, so they always go to early vote. In states that already have early voting, it's like they're not going to get very far. Oh yeah, right. Oh, I forgot I took that picture. That was at the, might as well turn that around so I can save it. At the, what's it called? That one museum, at the Balloon Museum. I just thought that room was cool. Mm-hmm. Nice. I fucking hate stuff to take his name off of something. And there's another cool structure in there. The Balloon Museum here is really cool. Mm-hmm. Okay, these were some, like, tote bags I was making, and I wanted to do something. Oh yeah, I wanted to plan out, I was gonna use, like, scraps of fabric and sew them in place and try to make, like, little images and scenes and stuff. And they currently just scraps of fabric, but they're supposed to be bags in the future. Oh, that's on my chair. I was like, where the hell did I take that picture? Okay. Can't remember what I wanted to do for that one. Oh my god, me too. I want to try to make my own paper. Did I get a shot of the other side? Oh yeah, this was the other side, right? I think so. Yeah. I have some material saved for making my own paper and like a little. It's like an old picture frame that I attached like some window screen to. And you can also use fabric. I saw someone using fabric in a video, and I'm gonna try to do that. Mm. A little fish would look cute on this. Is my pen charged yet? Mm-hmm. Ah, ah. Okay, posture and stretch check. While I stall for time waiting for my pen to charge. Ow. Okay. Man, after this stream I have to finish doing some organizing and try to put some more stuff in my cart. I'm like, maybe I might have to put stuff in my cart tomorrow morning because I don't want to open the door too much in my car doors because Captain Ahab, the very fierce territorial chihuahua, will definitely get mad about that and start barking. I'd feel bad if I woke Sylvie up. This. It's a bit farther back, so I think I'll just like. like, damn, that's the best hand I've ever drawn. And it's on a stupid ass picture I don't even care about. It's like when you draw something really good on lined or grid paper. The key to good art is not fucking giving a damn. If alternate timelines are real, I really hope I'm doing so good out there. Alright, so I gotta work on the edgy comic about alternate timelines. Follow a few accounts that are just like good news and stuff like that. I saw one the other day, but I can't remember if I saved it or not. Yeah. One of the realities we have jetpacks. Which was this reality? I've wanted jetpacks for so long, dude. Okay. I just my whole arm stretches. Hold on. Yeah, the water ones don't count. Like, they look fun, but they don't count. I'm talking jetpacks. Sci-fi jetpacks. You put a little backpack on, you go zooming around. Hydration check. No cinnamon. Video I gotta continue later. Ow, 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 ow. Ugh, okay. Ganbate. I gotta remember to do something before I forget. Just remember that I didn't set alarms for tomorrow morning. We're like adjusting my ADHD meds because I can't fucking remember things again. Okay, yeah. Okay. What noise is that gonna use? Can I change it to bacon pancakes? Where's bacon pancakes? How do I not have bacon pancakes in here? Okay, gotta freaking. Is it in that one? What? God damn it. Fine, heat of the moment. Okay. I was having a weird trouble where, my, yeah, exactly. Takes bacon pancake. Bacon pancakes, that's when I was gonna make bacon pancakes. Yeah, that song. For some reason, it is not on my phone right now, even though it should be. I've been having a weird problem with this phone where, like, I'll have my usual alarms go off, but it'll go off really quietly. I don't even have it set to be really quiet, and I won't hear it for, like, straight up 30 minutes. Mm. 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 I think I might have seen this one, but I'm okay with it. I love weird recipe videos. Like, pretty much, what's his name? E. Dylan Hollis, I think. He does vintage recipes, and he's really fun.
To the heathens and hoes, happy holidays. Today, I've decided to yet again needlessly suffer.
Yeah, it's a snooka.
What are the instruments of torture?
Yeah, it's snooka, snake luka. Best possible name.
For intermixing. They sure as hell were gonna find a way to make Jell-O and mayonnaise work it out. Today, we're going to try some Christmas recipes that were actually advertised in magazines during the 50s and 60s. In all of their Jell-O-y
the jaundice? Oh no! I'm glad you like snooka. I think this is... Oh, I was thinking maybe adding some music notes in the background, but I don't know. Do you want more music notes in the background? I think there was something... Oh yeah, this accidentally went through the Mega Reptile Snooka. This wasn't supposed to go through here, so I gotta fix that. But let me know if you want a cast shadow on the ground, even though the background is kind of abstract, so I don't know if it would make sense to have a cast shadow. I don't know.
Honey, dinner's ready.
God damn it, woman! I wish I ate sand in Normandy. So
Music notes, but make them make sense.
First, need to soften gelatin in cold water. This is covered
I could
with
pull
an
up
unknown sticky substance. We're just gonna move on from that. All right, 1/3 cup.
I could pull up the sheet music for Luca Luca Night Fever again.
Why so many recipes in the 50s
Copy the notes from part of the song into the background, make them like fly around.
Extremely laborious process where you would have to boil bones for multiple hours to extract the gelatin. So it was often a sign of luxury if you had the time and resources to incorporate gelatin into your meals. Then all of a sudden, gelatin was extremely cheap, instant, and available for anybody to have. And so everyone went goo goo gaga for it. Oh, yeah,
I'd love to try to make portable soup.
Now we need to heat the cranberry cocktail, because we're basically, what we're doing
Portable soup is essentially just like little blocks of like, you know, just like Jello, but you make it from like soup, like meat jelly. Oh my god, that's a horrible tangent right there.
Now, we're going to take this
Jesus Christ.
put this on some heat.
Okay,
Alright, let's get that boiling. Ooh, it's stemky. Okay. Oh my god. Not rotting on an open pie. Anouk, please come on the channel. We love you. We love you, baby.
Because I was having fun with the City BG and I kind of did the whole thing. I'll just save this as like a separate one, and then I'll pull up the Luca Luca Night Fever She does have gremlin energy. The Luca Luca Night Fever, sheet music again. I couldn't remember the word sheet music.
Alright, now we're going to mix it in with the gelatin.
And I'll put that in the background. Okay.
Now,
Snooka City BG.
Mold, but Walmart didn't have star molds. So what we're going to do is that we are going to put it into
I realize I forgot to add a sig.
We are going to cut stars out of it. We are going to cut stars out of it. We are going to cut stars.
Okay, wait, it's gotta freeze because it's saving a giant file.
Until firm.
Not as giant as some of the ones I worked on, but it's still big. It's okay. You can do it, laptop. I believe in you.
Now
the vor section.
I don't need your help.
This section, I'm sure, has garnered some very specific fan art.
Before we continue, I'd like to take a second to talk about a sponsor that's
I've been craving Jello. I should make Jello.
Opera. They've recently
some fruity gelatin.
Their desktop browser, Opera One R2, packed with
which flavor was this?
This newest update allows you to seamlessly control your music, audiobooks, and podcasts.
What the hell layer was this?
With this simple player pop-out, you can easily pause or skip without interrupting your browser.
Oh, right, that was the shine on the laces and the cord.
Users to customize their browser with a completely unique combination of animated backgrounds, UI colors, and sounds. Their new split screen feature is easy to activate and convenient for when I'm comparing two different sources.
There's actually one little thing I wanted to add to this one, which was like maybe a little moon and stars in the background.
Which leaves a subtle underscore that gets darker the more recently you've used a tab.
Hell yeah. Drawing silly things is what art was made for, I'm pretty sure.
Quickly access the ARIA feature while staying in the same web page by hitting Control/ or Command/ ask questions without stopping.
And you gotta make sure you take a really good picture or get a really good scan of before you color it so you can save that version just in case.
For free today. So while that Jello is cooling, we're going to move on to the next.
So you'll have a version of the uncolored one.
Salad loaf, which is neither a salad or a loaf.
I think so, yeah. The Party City over here, like, closed last year. I miss them. But I'm pretty sure I remember the ones you're talking about.
Out of someone's asshole as they shit out. That's what it would be. See? Tossing salad, getting the loaf. Now, why would it be called Noel, though? Because he's the guy who did it first. Let me read you the ingredients.
That sounds cute as hell. Hell yeah.
Salad loaf. Cranberry sauce, avocado, pineapple, celery, mayonnaise. God, the stranglehold that mayonnaise has had on the whites historically needs to be studied in an academic setting. Somebody needs to write their master's thesis on this. We're gonna blend 1 8-ounce package of cream cheese and 1/3 cup of mayonnaise. Hellmann's, more like What the hell, mans? Help. Don't pity clap. Daddy hungry. All right. It's 1/3 cup. The texture on this is not good. Oh.
I think for a specific sparkle.
Jesus Christ. All right, so now we just have
I can also just roll it myself, but like,
get up in there. It's out of control.
I might use the regular sparkle. That's the sparkle I'm looking for.
Here's a little secret about me, guys. I fucking hate celery. They're so dorky.
Yeah.
Oh, dirty little celery. Get over here and get some close-up of these sick knife skills, bro. Okay, I'm rat-tatooty up in this. I'm rat-tat... Turn the camera off. Yeah, me and Mrs. Claus sleep in separate bedrooms. Why do you ask? I know she's having trains of elves run on her.
I mean, literally, they make toy trains and...
They're running across her back. They say, we love spending time with you, Mrs. Claus. Add 1/2 cup celery. I think they can see the celery. Smart ass. I'm putting out applications for a new cameraman. This one
Chuckles in the hamster ball for his own safety.
Dunno.
Okay, I think the sparklies really add to it. When in doubt, add more sparkles.
Okay, this is our 1
No,
cup
just add that to
crushed
lines.
pineapple.
Okay.
This shouldn't exist. 1/2 cup cubed avocado. No. Through mitosis.
So they don't like
Through mitosis.
No, they're asexual beings. They procreate the way that your cells do. They just duplicate. All right, 1/2 cup
Headcanon
cubed
accepted.
avocado, seasoned with 1/4 teaspoon salt.
Yeah, you may
and
still have
1
it.
teaspoon lemon juice. I'm just gonna dust it lightly over the little avocado pieces. Getting good close there. Oh yeah. Look how strong I am.
Mrs. Claus after that.
I don't think YouTube will let me keep that one.
Just squeezing a lemon.
You're right. Come with me now. Oh, come with me now. So in a separate bowl, I guess, we have to whip 1 cup of whipping
Okay,
cream.
then...
Okay. Whipping cream. Heavy whipping cream.
File, save,
Like my
duplicate,
whipping cream,
PNG, Snooka City BG.
I'm gonna be
Sable,
so pissed if this
yes.
actually tastes good. Because it shouldn't.
Oh,
The
no.
laws of God and nature forbid it. You can see
Rip, dude.
it's whipping.
Okay, the whole program has to freeze again while it resaves.
Alright, now we're gonna just fold this in, and then we tint everything with food coloring. It ain't American if there ain't no red 40 in it. Now we fold it.
Okay, while that struggles...
I think just a little bit of dye. It looks like that mysterious pink goop from Fallout 4 that they feed the children.
What children? I played the whole game.
Someone's not a real gamer. Now we cube a 3/4 pound can of jellied cranberry sauce. And I don't have a can opener. No! God! We have to go out and get one.
Good night,
Alright, so
yeah.
we acquired a can
I think that
opener.
was the one I was looking at before, the piano arrangement.
Alright, so now
Because it had
the
some
can
nice
says
looking
ready to
notes.
stick a knife around the edges to dislodge it from its chambers. That just made the worst sound ever. Oh, it's just the wet slapping. And now we're gonna
I used to be weirdly obsessed with like canned jellied cranberry sauce. I would just eat that stuff with a spoon straight out of the can. Then later I got more of a taste for like the whole berry cranberry sauce. And now I kind of only really like cranberry sauce when it's homemade.
The cranberries to the side for later and move on.
I'll still eat the hell out of that stuff though.
Have you ever been drinking a Dr. Pepper and thought to yourself, this is too good. I am unworthy. How can I make this worse? Well, don't worry. Back in the day, Dr. Pepper set out to discover that answer themselves.
Which sequence of notes would look cool in the background? I mean, like, this first part would look pretty cool in the background.
So they came up with the brilliant idea.
That's the part that I copied onto the belly scales.
Heat up on the stove and drink hot. So
Also, this section up here,
And now, we're gonna heat that up. Once this is hot enough, we will serve it. Just heat Dr. Pepper, or if you're a calorie counter, Diet Dr. Pepper in a saucepan until steaming hot. Then pour over thin slices of lemon in your
I've never tried hot Dr. Pepper with lemon, but I'm like kind of curious.
Holiday idea. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. Okay, our Dr. Pepper has been simmering for a while. I think it should be hot enough. Okay. Ooh. Alright, moment of truth. How about the one that's more full? It just kind of tastes like a worse Dr. Pepper. It's not bad.
Way better cold.
Way better cold. Though the lemon, I don't hate the lemon actually. It's just like, why disrupt the sanctity of such a perfect product? You know what I'm saying? Not terrible though. I gotta do the sommelier thing where they swish it around their mouths. It tastes like Dr. Pepper with lemon in it. I don't know what I expected. It tastes like what it is. I give this like a perfect 5 out of 10 because I feel so neutral about this.
You just took time and effort
to
make something good worse.
Exactly. Yeah. One way that we could make this better. Now, back in the 50s, there was a liquor of choice, a liquor that was very popular for most cocktails, and that was
vibraphone.
We're just gonna spike that a little bit. Oh yeah, all my nipple hair just grew back at once. This is better. It's better with the gin.
Now it's like an alcoholic beverage, so like.
I think we're just alcoholics. Now, if you really wanted to wow at a 50s party, you had to bring out the big guns. You had to make the cheese cones. This recipe calls for cheese, horseradish sauce, Tabasco, pecans, and of course, more goddamn mayonnaise. So we're gonna do the cheddar one. So first we need 4
this is
cups of
confusing.
cheddar cheese, which is also 1 pound.
I'm already really confused about sheet music, but
I love it when my recipe.
I guess I could choose pretty much any of those lines and try to figure out how to copy it.
Santa's gonna need this arm workout for this long,
I'm gonna let that load. Oh, this poor thing is struggling so bad.
I know you're sleeping with Jingle Jangle. Oh yeah, we're Martha Stewarding all over the damn place right now.
I was thinking of putting the
have both.
Come on, you can do it. Doesn't the music notes like arcing parallel to the lights, like going between the amps?
Just pushing a block of cheese down a grater instead of a boulder up a hill. Just let me die. Oh, almost took off the tip of my finger there. That was a close one. I think I dislocated my shoulder.
Put those on anything up.
I said all the cheese. Every last bit of it.
Music
Oh my God, so much
notes.
cheese. I'm getting constipated just looking at it. 1/4. This is 2/4.
I'm gonna use the line feature again.
Which is close enough to 2/3. That math checks out, right? Why did I do that? I did that instinctively. Why did I do that? We're gonna get 2 tablespoons of horseradish.
Does this one work again? Just like...
Gentlemen, give me
oh, okay.
open to me. No.
Wait.
Oh, see? Okay, well, okay. Well, okay. And then we
Okay, then you curve it. Maybe I should try that.
It's probably more than a dash. And then salt and pepper. I guess according to our own professional discretion. That's probably good, I say, confidently. Pepper. I don't really want to touch this with my hands. I need to be fortified.
No, dang it.
Where's the alcoholic one? There it is.
Like if I did this over to here,
about little balls, wouldn't you? Now I'm looking at it, it
and then
looks
lifted
really
it.
big in the picture. Yeah, so I'm
Might be
thinking, like,
easier
as,
to work
like,
with than
actually
Bezier
the size
curve.
of a
Okay.
pine cone here. This is a really disturbing texture. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, get the close up on that. Funky frog. Hold down, son. I ain't that tall. I'm getting quite intimate with my cameraman over here. Alright, I'm gonna set those to chill. I gotta wash my hands, it's disgusting. I've got the cheese touch right now. Alright, now that our cheesy boys have sat for a second, we can apply some pecans. Alright, let's get started.
Janky little bits bigger.
Combine these into a bigger boy. We must merge them. I had no idea that was supposed to be one big ass pine cone. I assumed it was supposed to make multiple little ones. Okay, so it looks like, yeah, they just face down. Oh, this requires a level of patience only Valium could provide. These ladies had nothing but time. Honestly, that don't look half bad. But you know what? I see the vision. I mean, it looks not as good as the one in the picture, but you know, most things are that way. I think what you would just do is you just take a little cut of it with like a little cracker or something, but we're just gonna just eat it how it is. Being that it is 99% cheese, it's kind of hard to screw up. I think the pecans are a weird choice. I feel like I would give this, honestly, like a 7 out of 10. It's so simple. I didn't think I'd like the horseradish, but...
I can move this around as needed.
Next one, the Jell-O for our Christmas candle salad has set. Now, because I didn't have a star-shaped mold, what we're gonna do is we're gonna use these little cookie cutters to cut out the shape. So we're just gonna do a little test one right in the corner here. And we're just gonna... What am I gonna do? How do I get it out? A little insertion.
It's like Squid Game.
It is like Squid Game. I should be able to do this. Technical difficulties, don't look. I don't want to talk about it. God! I need a drink! That was just pure gin. It sat on top of the lemon and it just was pure gin. Okay. We're gonna finish this salad. That's not a salad at all. Don't show this. This is my password and my full government name, you piece of shit. Do you think my personal security is a joke? God, why does this exist? Okay, now we need 2 bananas. You're pretty familiar with handling 2 bananas at once, aren't you, mister? Okay, where's my knife? Okay, we're just gonna give it a little choppy chop. Just gonna stick them right. Oh my God. It's perfect size. Okay, and then 1 more banana. This is the trick. You gotta peel it from this side. Anyone who peels it from the other side, they can, you know what, they're on the naughty list. And then, for some godforsaken reason, we get some salad greens. I don't know what the hell salad greens are. Salad greens are whatever greens you put in a salad. So I got arugula.
Okay.
Now it's gonna threaten the structural integrity of the Jell-O because it's wet. Yeah. Now we have to put mayo on the tips of the bananas. Who was the dirty that came up with this? I'm frightened that if I put video evidence of me doing this online, that it could actually impact my credit score. Let's just get this over with, man. There's nothing.
I wish I knew how to read sheet music so I could understand which part of the song was which.
For the candle, we got these sliced almonds. I'll tell you what, if you serve this at any gathering, you are getting put on a list.
The naughty variety?
Oh, no. The federal variety. There's something so dark and heinous about this activity. I feel like I should
Fucking
shutter the windows.
candlestick ones. I hate that.
The almonds are the least threatening part of this. These bananas are a little bit more curved than the ones they have, but that's okay. That's perfectly natural. Oh, Christ, have to hype myself up. I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna all at the same time. Gotta appreciate all the flavors. I have a pretty iron stomach. Holy. I cannot describe to you how deeply perverted and wrong it is to taste banana at the same time as mayonnaise. And let me tell you,
Like, which one might I actually be able to...
It was a force for evil on that page. No? You don't want
It's like
some?
multiple pages and stuff. Okay, so...
Disgusting thing
Okay, hold on.
I'll trust your judgment.
I would say most disgusting thing I put in my mouth, but we don't tell lies on this channel.
1 out of 10.
Is there negatives on the scale? Copyright 1958, Tested Recipe Institute, Incorporated, New York. This was a tested recipe. Like, it is literally as bad as it sounds. Negative trillion out of 10. I would rather eat dog food than this. I'm taking the Noel loaf out because I noticed in the picture it looks like it's been neatly sliced, and I'm a little bit worried that if I leave it much longer it'll start getting really solid and I won't be able to properly cut it. I'm
Cool
gonna
on the
try to
other one.
dislodge this. I have a feeling it's not gonna
I
come
like mayo,
quietly.
but I'm kind of picky about it. Ever since I started using Japanese Kewpie mayo, I'm like, man, nothing else tastes as good. I don't know what the Japanese are doing to those eggs, but it's amazing.
Random leaves around it. Everyone needs some superfluous greenery in their life. Okay, they got this
Part looks kind of doable.
Decided to make a tiny Christmas tree out of cranberries at the top.
You know, Nancy, she always has to show out at the PTA meeting. It wasn't enough to do a Noel loaf. No, she had to put a fancy Christmas tree on the top of hers. Oh, and then more little avocados in the middle. Nancy, you really outdid yourself this time.
You know what? I say good enough. We're gonna take a little slice out of this bad boy. Oh. Yeah, actually, yeah.
What is this?
Properly.
Okay, well, let me go
Get
back.
ourselves some of the garnish in there. Get a nice little bite. Bon appetit. Man, just why? I want to try without the garnish to give it the best possible.
Okay. I like the look
I can taste the mayo, man.
of this section, so I'm gonna...
It's so dependent too on what you get in a bite.
Heck,
Like,
that's in the way. Stop it. Okay.
Oh, the celery's full of water, so the celery freezes all the way through.
Now I'm trying to copy these notes.
What's your rating out of 10?
I mean, you've heard of the first Noel. I hope that's the last Noel, because my God, that's like maybe a 2. If you just remove the celery and the avocado and the mayo, it would taste so much better. You're just adding things in that are gross for no reason. Well, I hope you all enjoyed watching me suffer today.
Close these other ones. Yes.
This went about as well as I expected. I'll be linking all of these recipes down below, so if you want to try them, for some reason, make sure to take a picture and tag me. I'd love to see it. Anyways, I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas, and I will see you all next year. Bye!
Where'd I get that one? Oh. A little bit here, it shouldn't be here. It's already been 2 hours? Come on. Well, I want to try to get these last little notes down on here. Okay, gonna add a sketch layer so I can, mark out these. That one's shorter though. Well, it'll help me figure out where to mark things. There we go. Okay. I'll try and make it sort of accurate. So do a save on this one. Save, check. A little neck stretch check. And then drink of water. Or in my case, some ginger honey lime juice. That I really like and I should definitely get more of. Okay, so, a little thing to help me figure out where stuff is. It's like, like that. Oh, that's too small. Well, give that too much space. because this one's like in the middle. So there's like this one in the middle, and then that's slightly farther this way, then that's more in the middle. Okay. And then I'm going to put this lower bar down here, so slightly wider, one in the middle, one slightly closer to this side, and then space there. Okay. Wrong one. Let's put this back here because we're not. Okay. Wait, there's 5 lines. I thought one's slightly off, but you know what? It don't matter. Okay. I give myself a little space here. Okay, this one's gotta be real short. That's way off. Okay, hold on. What does that mean when they're upside down? This one's way over here. Okay, so go away. Damn it. It's going down slightly. I'm being too messy here. Ugh. Nowhere. I remember learning about what the notes mean a long time ago. Like, what's a half note and a whole note and a pause. I don't remember anything else. This one's a half note, and then the small ones are fourth notes. I don't know what the upside down ones are. I haven't seen the one, don't worry about it. I don't know what you're talking about. I do not know the reference. This person does some really interesting videos.
In the green rolling hills of the French-speaking half of Switzerland, in a region called Gruyere,
Too focused
and
on
yes,
trying to
that's where the
figure out.
cheese comes from, sits the village
Okay,
of
now
Mol.
that goes just way the
It's
heck
a
up
tiny
there.
place with a one-room schoolhouse,
So I
a
gotta
single
do that.
restaurant, and a couple of bed and breakfasts. Most people who go there go to hike in the forest of Mol, a peaceful preserve with bogs and evergreens on the slopes of the nearby Mont Gibloux. In the winter, Mol residents skate on the ponds and cross-country ski in the forest. In the summer, they gather mushrooms. On a hot summer Sunday in 2012, an anonymous Mol resident went out with her family to go have a picnic in the woods. As they were setting out their blanket in a clearing, the underbrush quivered, and something came storming out. Something big, human-shaped. A good
It's all
6
crammed
foot
into
3
a short
or
place.
1.9 meters. It wore a hazmat suit over its powerful body. Her kids screamed and ran away. As the entity approached, our witness locked eyes with it. Covering its head was a gas mask. This wasn't the only encounter like it. Just a month before, a family driving through the forest of Mol reported a person crossing the road in front of them who
Phase
wore a
2
boiler
sounds
suit.
like just a
Again,
whole
their
bitch.
face obscured by a gas mask.
Sounds
No
miserable.
physical features identifiable. This time, the masked terror was clutching in its left hand a bundle of flowers that it seemed to have just picked. An old woman a few months later reported coming across a similar figure. This time it was stooped down, picking flowers. And when it saw her through the lenses of its gas mask, it seemed spooked and ran. with a long military camouflage cloak fluttering behind it like a superhero's
He's
cape.
probably just a weird hermit.
This was the local cryptid of the Forest of Maul. They called him the
Life
Ghost
goals.
of Maul, or by the name he would
I don't know
become
what that
known
thing
under
is.
in the global press, Le Loyal. Sightings allegedly dated back to the late 1990s, although I can't find any media coverage of Le
Should
Loyal,
even include
even
that?
locally, until the early 2010s. Some sources specifically cite the first sighting being in 2003, but if that's true, it
Put those
remained
in
a
there.
truly local story, spread by word of mouth for several years. Most people in Mole had never seen Le Loyal. Some, including the mayor at the time, didn't think Le Loyal was real, that it was just a fun story the villagers tell. And then, one day in August 2013, a man named Patrick, a pseudonym he used to talk to the media, was out walking around by the peat bogs in the Forest of Maul, and out of the woods stepped a figure, tall, with army surplus boots and a long camouflage cloak. Patrick had heard the stories, but didn't believe them, until the figure came closer and stopped at a distance of about 30 feet from Patrick, staring at him through a gas mask. They stood there for a second, sizing each other up. Patrick was terrified. Then, the figure turned and calmly walked away, along the forest's gravel road. By now, the age of smartphones had begun, and cryptids today are no longer safe. Patrick snapped a photo. Blurry, heavily zoomed in, doesn't confirm that this figure is wearing a gas mask, but this man is
This is
not
a
your
brutal
average
fight,
first
man.
hiker. The photo was published on August 27th in Le Matin, one of the main newspapers in the nearest major city, Lausanne. It looked like Le Lion was real after all. I'm your host, Tor Parsons. These are my co-hosts, Jollibee the Durian, Sluds the Shoggoth, and, not really a co-host, just a fun accessory, my Mjolnir hammer. And this is both Tor's and Thor's Cabinet of Curiosities.
Huh. Rip, dude, do your best. Why is this one all the way down here?
Do you do the computer? Do you like to surf the web? Are you perhaps
Hope that
even
looks
a
kinda
elite
cool.
hexer? Well, then
Maybe
there's a
it'll look
strong
cooler
chance
behind
you
everything.
need Opera.
Do the bottom one.
Check out all these tabs I've got open. To my twisted mind, this is just a normal number of tabs. Using the Tab Islands feature in Opera, I can make sense of this mess. I can group my tabs together by
Save.
title them and color
Progress
code them.
check.
That's what a tab island is, you know? To create a research island,
Okay,
my
2 of
file
those.
gathering island, my fan
It's not
communication
the
island,
good,
and
good.
my videos I'm partway through island. I've even given them a fun name for extra organization. And with tab traces,
So
the
down
tabs
there.
I visited most recently are underscored. The darker the underscore, the more recent it was, so I don't have to rifle through my tabs to find where I just was. In split screen, I can work on 4 tabs at once, which is a godsend, since I cycle through working on scripts, looking at sources, and editing episodes so that I don't get bored doing just one. This is what my brain always looks like. And if I'm looking for a source that says something in particular, and I don't have the time to read through the whole thing, I can use Opera AI to
They're kind
summarize
of lumpy,
it.
but
No
it's
need
fine.
to open extra tabs, extra apps, or even have an account at all. It's remarkably accurate, and the only thing I'd ever use AI for in a video. If it looks like the source says what I want it to, I'll read through it myself. Opera is the real deal. Slap that link in the description and get Opera right now, completely for free. We did it, Internet. It's been a minute since we visited the Tor store, hasn't it? And there's a lot of cool new stuff, courtesy of my artist-in-residence, Captain Capslock. This swanky design is called Tor's Cabinet All-Stars. Hey now, you're an all-star. How many individual Tor's Cabinet references can you pick up in this drawing? Even I didn't clock them all when I first saw it. Get it on shirts, on mugs, on mousepads, on posters. Get your game on. Go play. torscabinet.com/STOR. In journalism, they say August is a dead zone for news. Powerful people are on vacation instead of making headlines. Schools aren't open, the government isn't in session, and the papers pad their pages with Pablo.
Yeah, might as well see if you can learn anything.
That time of year when you might as well devote a full-page article to a blurry photo some guy took of a purported local legend. But it was the first time most people outside Mole had ever heard of Le Loyal, and I doubt anyone involved in the article expected that this would be far from the last time Le Matin would cover Le Loyal. In fact, for a month or so, Le Matin moved primarily towards Loyal-focused content, since that was what sold. The letters kept coming in, the sightings kept stacking up, and the story of Le Loyal would become quite a bit more interesting. People had questions. Lots of questions. Here's my first question. What does that mean?
That was even lower.
What is a Loyal? I'm fluent-ish in French, but I've never encountered that word. It's not in Larousse, the standard dictionary of the French language. No translation app can crack it. I asked my sometimes co-writer Claire Dissot, who's French, and she didn't know. Nonetheless, it does seem to be a word. Searching Le Loyal in Swiss French language newspaper archives gives me lots of results, dating back at least to the 1950s, when I found this short story about winemakers doing an informal bike race, where the leader of the pack is called Le Loyal. Here, also from the 50s, is what I think is a long joke about unnecessarily complicated scorekeeping in target shooting, a popular sport in Switzerland. A 72-year-old veteran shooter, referred to as Le Loyal, struggles with calculating his points. Another short humor piece, now from 1971, a guy known as Le Loyal, who, quote, always has a good one to tell, flirts with some girls. We see other uses of Le Loyal to refer to a quick-witted storyteller. In 1973, we have an account of a party on March 1st, a local holiday in the Swiss canton of Neuchâtel, that ends with the sentence, over the course of the evening, Le Loyal, this time in quotes, tells stories with perfect finesse, and everyone does a few steps of dancing. No further context. It's in quotes, but it seems you're supposed to know who this guy is. It's probably the same person mentioned in this invitation to a party in 1958, which says,
I'm aware that some of this will be completely hidden behind Snoopit, but
will create an atmosphere of frank
I think it's
gaiety
worth it.
thanks to his funny stories. Multiple other performers
The
seem to
secret
have gone
reference.
by Le Loyal, an accordionist in the 1950s, and a jazz band leader in the 1990s, who led a group called the Loyal Lapeds Band. In fact, I think there were 3 distinct performers in 20th century French-speaking Switzerland who used the stage name Le Loyal. A storyteller and stand-up comedian active from the 1950s through 70s, whose real name was Adrien Bouvard, a jazz accordionist, also from the 50s, whose real name might have been Jacques Ferry or Jacques Frey, or the latter might have been the name of an accordionist who accompanied the comedian Le Loyal, or maybe those two Loyals are the same person, and the leader of a locally popular jazz band in the 1990s who also incorporated regional Suisse romande redneck humor into his performances and seems to have genuinely been a different person from the two above, but also may have chosen his stage name as a deliberate reference to one or both of the previous Loyals. The comedian Loyal, in particular, is referenced without context in enough news stories from the 50s and 60s that I think he was a household name among Swiss French boomers. Maybe he did a bit where he put on a gas mask. I don't know. But it means something other than that comedian. As recently as 2008, we here have a column of Vaudois jokes that you're only supposed to get if you're from the canton of Vaud, in which a farmer called Le Cayennet is trying to get a stubborn calf to drink, and his neighbor,
voice cracking at mock speed,
delivers the punchline. Enroll him in the marching band. He'll drink all alone.
You can do a little guy.
I don't get it. The most tantalizingly useless find is this column from the 90s in which a journalist just lists all his favorite nicknames he's come across people using in the paper, and one of the nicknames is Le Loyal. Also, every single one of these examples is from Switzerland. Finally, Claire and I found an answer. She asked the publisher of her cookbooks, who grew up near the French-Swiss border, and she knew.
You did your best cockfighting, Sinclair.
Is an old local nickname for a man named Louis.
Probably, I don't know.
A distinctive French-like language, or bundle of French dialects, once spoken in the Alps, including the whole modern-day French-speaking part of Switzerland. Swiss French still has a handful of vestiges from the now mostly forgotten Arpitan language, notably the old-school nicknames for common French names, of which Loyon for Louis is one. The le is an old tradition that's still a thing in parts of France, Switzerland, and Italy, unrelated to the Arpitan language, where you refer to people colloquially as the first name. Says Claire, I've been La Chiara, the Claire, in Italy. My first husband was Il Max, and you would certainly be Il Tor. Before I came across the multiple performers who went by Le Loyon, I considered from the few sources I'd found that Le Loyon seems to mean something like big cheese or top dog, but apparently Claire's publisher's family didn't know of any additional meaning. It does clearly seem to have had connotations of a garrulous backwoods storyteller in the mid-20th century, though. I have to wonder if Le Loyon started as a nickname not for the gas mask guy, but for someone who claimed to have seen him. Picture an old Swiss man drinking beer with his friends, and one of them says, "Hey, did you ever find out more about the guy in a gas mask you said you saw?" And another pipes up, "Yeah, what other stories do you have for us, Loyon?" And everyone laughs. That seems perfectly in line with the uses of Loyon I've found, especially since when I can track down the real name of someone who went by Loyon, sometimes their real name has Louis in it, but often, like in the case of those performers, it doesn't. And Loyon seems to itself mean a teller of tall tales. And then, maybe the media misinterpreted Le Loyon as being the name of the gas mask figure, because by now, the nickname Loyon is so obscure that the reference even had to be explained to some Swiss people. In one of the news sources about the gas mask wearing Le Loyon, I found this paragraph, which I wish I'd come across before Claire had asked her publisher. Here, an elderly local man named Louis says, "It's me! I'm Le Loyon! Haha, not really, I just go by that because it's a weird old nickname for Louis." There was my explanation all along, which shows that it's not common knowledge, even to the Swiss. An editorial linking Le Loyon to other half-true stories of people living in the wilderness, like the Japanese soldiers on islands in the Philippines who didn't know World War II had ended, says the gas mask man was dubbed an inoffensive Loyon, a nickname that had been, quote, inflicted by a hack writer for lack of inspiration. I think Le Loyon only became a nickname for this guy after the photo went viral. No source I can find from before the photo refers to this entity as Le Loyon. In fact, the first article to publish the photo didn't say Loyon once. The typical nickname the locals used, and the nickname that Le Loyon himself used, because, yes, you'll be hearing directly from him soon, is the Ghost of Maul. What did we know about Le Loyon's habits?
Okay.
Could we track him down based on where he got that outfit? Probably not.
Doesn't draw
A
too
commenter on
much
Reddit says
attention.
his outfit in the photo looks like a Swiss military surplus poncho, which nearly everyone in Switzerland
It's like kind of
will
like
have
everything in the
access to.
background looks kind of
Switzerland is one of the
glass-like.
countries with compulsory military service, albeit just
Let's
for men.
try putting everything else
Some
back
eyewitnesses
on,
reported the
seeing if
gas
that looks
mask as
okay.
looking antique, possibly from the World War II era, but those aren't hard to find online, even today.
Feeling more
The
energetic
gas
back there.
mask
Oh,
and
I need to,
respirator wiki, which is a thing, of course, say your daily prayer to all the autists of the world, suggests it could have been a sea mask, which is available on eBay for a price that's not nothing, but certainly not a museum piece. Like, we couldn't narrow down the guy's identity by finding a list of the
You should,
10
like, fade
private
them out at the
collectors in
end.
Switzerland that have a sea mask or something.
Oh,
Most sightings of Le
I'm
Loyon
gonna do that on my
were reported
phone
on Sunday.
so
Villagers in
my
Mons
laptop doesn't
described
explode.
being afraid of going into the woods, specifically on Sunday. A few English language sources say Le Loyon was out there almost every day, but I doubt that.
then
If he
I'll...
had such a consistent schedule, how was it so hard to get a picture
That's
of him?
freaking cute,
Maybe
dude.
everyone was so scared of him that they all gave him a wide berth, but I don't think so. Even most people in Mall thought Le Loyon was just
That's
a
cute as hell. I
legend before
love the little,
photo
like,
surfaced.
peach beret
So that gets me to the
woodwear.
question, how active was Le Loyon?
I also like how the model has, like, needle fingers. She
People
fucking
were aware
stab
of him,
you.
but not aware of him enough to 100% say he wasn't a myth.
Okay, I think I might have to make
Right now, I'm
those fade
temporarily
out at
living
the
in East
ends.
Tennessee, in my fiance's childhood hometown, the most rural redneck place I've ever lived. Toe tag positive. Yes, I moved from Oregon to New York City pretty recently, but now I'm in Tennessee, and I'm as surprised as you are. And my initial idea for this episode was to go to a thrift store, find something I could
One more thing I
fashion
wanted
into
to
an
do here
outrageous getup,
was...
maybe not a gas mask, but something spiritually adjacent, and then wander around the woods here in Tennessee a few times a week and see if I can get some rumors going. Then, Months down the line, I'd start working on this episode as soon as I see a blurry photo of me or references to some new local cryptid on like a county Facebook page. I told the plan to my fiance and she was like, guns. Shit. Yeah, guns. Switzerland has guns too, though, right? Don't the Second Amendment people always talk about Switzerland as an example of a chill, peaceful country where everyone has guns? Well, sort of. Switzerland does have the highest rate of gun ownership in Europe, the continent's freest gun laws, and a strong tradition of target shooting, sometimes considered the national sport. The gun ownership rate is a fraction of America's, and concealed carry permits are rare and hard to get. Hunting rifles,
Yeah,
though,
it's
are
really
pretty
cute.
easy to get and legal to carry in a lot of places. It's not out of the question that a hunter
I think
could
it's a
have
solid
accidentally
design. It
shot
definitely
Le
looks
Lion,
like fruit,
or
but
even
also it doesn't look
intentionally.
like, you know, a
I think whoever
person
Le Lion was, he worried about
wearing a
that,
big
and
silly
he was
fruit
probably
costume.
right
It
to.
looks like intentional.
Once the photo was out, French-speaking Switzerland was consumed
But
by
intentional in
Loyal
like a high
After
fashion
Le
kind
Matin
of way,
published the
instead of
photo
just
and a
like
few
this is a
testimonies
person
from
wearing a
villagers
fruit.
in Meaux, including the mayor, who said that the legend resurfaces every few years, but he never expected photographic proof. They were inundated with letters from residents who knew about the gas-masked man in
Oh
the
yeah,
wood
definitely.
and were scared shitless of him. A few days after the release of the photo, we got the first use of Le Loyon to refer to the guy in an article headlined, "Le Loyon doesn't make anyone laugh."
Oh, yeah.
It was terrifying, and I know women who no longer go hiking alone in the woods, said a local about her encounter with Le Loyon. Several mentioned that they thought their kids were in danger from Le Loyon. Politicians quoted in the article reassured everyone that there had never been any reports of Le Loyon doing anything, short
I
of
don't know if
picking
those really
flowers or
work.
gathering mushrooms, both of which appear in
Those
multiple
more
witness
stylized, I do
testimonies.
use them.
But the
Okay,
villagers weren't having it. They seemed to be on the verge of going after Le Loyon with torches and pitchforks. Speculation went to absurd
I'm
extremes.
gonna make a
While
duplicate of
residents
this in
told the
case I
press,
mess it
Le
up.
Lion was a woman, despite the imposing size, who was rich and mentally ill. Others said it was someone with a skin disease. Speculation went to absurd non-extremes as well. What if he just wears
He made
it
it
to
work.
keep himself safe from ticks? A lone skeptic
Solid
suggested.
design.
Asking for more letters, the article ended, "Should we leave Le Lion alone?" The answer from everyone
Interesting
interviewed there
and fun
seemed
to
to be,
look at.
hell no, he has to stop. But then, 5 days later, Le Matin printed another Loyon article, after a deluge of letters from the rest of Switzerland. "Fake Loyons are proliferating," read the headline, above a photo of a guy who claimed he'd gone out and had a beer with Le Loyon. This was a hoax, and the participants admitted it, but they ran a full page of letters from Loyon defenders, with one local inviting Le Loyon to share a good fondue. They interviewed a family picnicking in the forest of Meaux, who said, "Maybe he's weird, but if he was a problem, we'd know." But the speculation didn't stop.
Maybe he's weird, but if it
Many
was a
people
problem,
on
we
both
know.
sides
I
of
like
the
that
Loyon
attitude.
debate believed that Le Loyon actually lived in the woods full time and
It
didn't
could
just
just be a
walk
weird
around
hermit.
there, which there was no evidence for. Some started to treat him as an
Plant,
actual
plant,
ghost.
plant.
A Facebook page dedicated to Swiss fans of cryptozoology, you could call them Crypto Bros, rebranded to be 100% Loyon focused. The satirical weekly Vigus deliberately tried to create a mythology around
Okay,
Le
I feel
Lion,
like that makes it
casting
look a
him
bit
as an
more
immortal, gas-related villain recurring
harmonious.
across history, from the trenches of World War I to the Syrian Civil War. He was cited tear gassing
Sometimes you need to put a
protesters
lot of
during the
work
May
into a little
1968
background
riots in
detail just so
Paris,
it looks kind of
dispensing
subtle.
Agent Orange in Vietnam, and
In
threatening
just
the
the
first
right
responders
way.
at Chernobyl. The article then goes further off the deep end, suggesting that Le Lion appears in prehistoric cave paintings, and that parents in Papua New Guinea tell their kids that if they don't finish their food, Le Lion will eat them. The idea behind this article may have been to make fun of the media circus surrounding Le Lion, which had kinda gotten out of control. A month after releasing the photo, Le Matin ran another cover story about Le Lion, their fourth in as many weeks, that was basically like, "Damn, that blew up. The whole
Okay,
world's
I'll try
talking
one more
about Le
time to
Lion.
make like
What?"
a little.
Now letters
trying
were
to make them
pouring in from
better.
across the world. One suggested Mystery Incorporated should be brought in, and they had the right idea. Le Lion is the most Scooby-Doo villain ever hooked up by real life. He wears a spooky costume and
Wait, let me like
doesn't do anything actually harmful except mildly scare people. He would have gotten away with it too, if it weren't for the meddling press. Just 2 more months later, the same blurry photo appeared on the cover of Le Matin again, with this arresting headline, "Le Lion, il s'est fait harakiri." At a chapel in the woods where Le Lion had regularly been sighted, A hiker came across a military poncho and a gas mask, draped across the forest floor. No one around. And then, a message. Headlined, "The Last Will and Testament of the Ghost of Mole." The letter was addressed to Patrick,
to be
the
flat.
pseudonymous taker of the photo, and sizzled with anger. "Dear Pseudo-Patrick from Le Matin, not only are you a cretin, Larousse, a stupid or absent-minded person, but you are ultimately an assassin. You are an assassin of freedom. Listening to you, you'd think it's the Middle Ages, the days of witch hunts.
Gotta
I
protect those
terrorize
feats.
children? Don't make me laugh. Why aren't they terrorized by the horrors and crimes, these ones real, that they see on TV and in the media? Switzerland is small, and all that doesn't belong next to the garden gnome must be eradicated. I'd thought over these years, given that everyone left me alone until you, that those sentiments were evolving, while you have unfortunately given me proof of the opposite. The ghost will disappear, for the risk of a hunt for the beast is too great." At the end, the letter instructed its finder to deliver it to the mayor or vice mayor of Salles, the regional municipality Mole is part of, or to a, quote, "journalist who can still expound on tolerance and freedom."
Oh, shared sketchbook is a fun idea.
In the Salles local newspaper, with a heartfelt message from the mayor, hoping that Le Loyal would find a new way to unwind in the woods. And that was it. Many in the media, especially abroad,
I know some people who are
reported
doing
that
like
Le Loyal
a
had literally ended his
shared
life,
journal
but if that had
thing.
happened, the authorities must have covered it up because
Like,
no news on Le Loyal
they
has
have a
surfaced
certain amount of
since then.
time to finish their
More
like
likely,
journal
what
entry
the
and
author
add
of the
something to
letter
the
meant
book,
was
and then
that
they
the character Le Loyal,
have to send
the
it on to
masked
the next
man in the
person.
forest, was to be retired, and the man behind the mask would live on, with his time as a legend remaining secret.
I mean, do
A
that.
local named Olivier claims to have seen Le Loyal without his gas mask a few months after the letter, ice skating, doing figure eights on a frozen pond. He remained too far from the figure to see his face, but said it was Le Loyal because of the man's height and his long cloak. As far as I could tell, this is the last reported sighting of Le Loyal, and I don't know what was so distinctive about this skater that made Olivier think of him. Olivier hadn't seen Le Loyal before. This final sighting sticks in my head, precisely because of how unremarkable it is. I hope this was Le Loyal, just like I hope the sighting of him picking flowers was real. Just a guy having fun in the woods. But the fact that by the time this was all over, people in Mole could see a man in a long coat at a distance and say it was Le Loyal should cast doubt on at least some of the sightings. Was there a Loyal at all, or was this mass hysteria? Sure, there was a photo, but the person who took the photo is anonymous to this day. Everything the figure is wearing in that photo is standard Swiss military issue that would have been easy to come by, and Le Loyal was already a local legend long before the photo surfaced. What are the odds that someone concocted a media circus to draw attention to their little Swiss town? The letter, too, was purportedly just found in the woods, near the site of previous Loyal sightings, by an anonymous source. His cloak and gas mask were right there alongside it, according to the media, but there's no photo of that, and I couldn't find any account of what happened to them. If that's true, someone out there has Le Loyal's gas mask. Who? Wikipedia, for one, still refers to Le Loyal as an it, and classifies his whole story as an urban legend, which, to be fair, is probably the right journalistic choice. I managed to find contact information for one person repeatedly interviewed about Le Loyal during Loyal Mania in 2013. He was a member of the local government, and in the second article in Le Matin, the one where everyone in Mole was talking about how scared they were,
I usually take days because I
saying he's launching an
don't know when to
investigation
finish a
into the
piece.
identity of Le Loyal. I couldn't find anything about the conclusions of the investigation, so I found the guy's phone number. He's not in office anymore. On a Sunday afternoon, Swiss time, I cold called him and he picked up. He was friendly, cheerful, seemed amused that a journalist from all the way in the US had tracked him down, so what did I want to talk to him about? And I said Le Loyal, and immediately his demeanor changed. He was like, "I don't know anything about Le Loyal, and I don't want to talk to you anymore. Goodbye." And he hung up. What the fuck? I searched for contact information for other people mentioned in the articles. Didn't find any. Looked for arrest records for the canton of Fribourg, but those are almost impossible for the public to access. Swiss
That one guy just gets a lot of people wanting to talk about
many emails to regional governments and newspapers in French-speaking Switzerland, and even just to small businesses in the Mole area, asking to talk to someone, anyone who knows about Le Loyal, went unanswered. If you're American and you're into urban legends and mass hysteria stories, the prospect of a gas-masked man terrorizing a small rural town may have reminded you of another gassy, cryptid-adjacent figure, the Mad Gasser of Mattoon, Illinois. In
Does
1944,
that look
as World War
okay?
II raged overseas, hundreds of residents of this sleepy Midwest town reported smelling a
Okay,
sickly
which looks
sweet
better,
chemical
blasting
odor.
speakers or no
Several claimed
blasting
that the gas
speakers?
paralyzed them,
Does that
sometimes
add too
forever.
much to the
And this
sides?
was no ordinary gas leak.
Or is it
Among
just,
those who
like...
smelled the gas, many of them saw an attacker, outfitted with a tank of
Let's sit,
something or
let's
other
sit,
on his
let's sit,
back,
let's sit, let's sit,
releasing it
let's sit,
across
let's
town.
sit, let's sit.
One woman even gave a detailed description of being ambushed by a man with a spray gun. While no contemporary reports from Mattoon specifically described the Mad Gasser wearing a gas
Blasting
mask, as a
speakers?
figure in
Pow
Midwest
pow.
folklore, the
Okay.
Mad Gasser has usually been depicted that way ever since. Police took the investigation seriously,
Bases
but
go
couldn't
in
find
and
a
sit
culprit.
and sit.
A lot of people
sit.
suspected it was some industrial gas leak instead, but toxicology tests
Okay.
showed that there wasn't any detectable noxious gas around
Yeah, I guess
where Mad
the
Gasser
lines
said he
without
saw
it are pretty
reported.
stark
One
there, but
person
with
was
this they
found to
kind
have
of
been
blend in
sickened by
more.
fumes from a spilled bottle of nail polish.
Can
The
also
official story ever
fade
since
them out a bit
has
more,
been that
but
there never was any gasser, and this
that's
was
what it
just a
needs. Yeah.
manifestation of wartime fears of invasion
It's a
and
bit of
chemical
energy
weapons.
on the
It's
sides.
easy to generate a mass hysteria event like this in a population that's already on edge, especially when the thing everyone is hysterical about is something as insubstantial and ubiquitous as a faint bad smell. Come to think of it, do you smell gas right now? Do
Yeah, I
you?
see what you mean.
You don't, right? Or do you? Is there a distant chemical smell in the air? Is it maybe giving you a mild headache? Pause the video now and check your stove. It's not on, is it? So where's that coming
I
from?
honestly took a moment
Drink
to
some
stop
water,
and like
take some
sniff the
Tylenol
air.
or whatever.
Okay.
It'll probably go away, right?
The
Then
call
again,
this
the
done for
Mad Gasser
now. Let me
saga
know
doesn't
if I
have a
like
lot of
missed
features in
something.
common with Le Loyant. Stories of Le Loyant are consistent. There's
Snuka,
nothing reported in
Amps,
Mattoon, Illinois in
BG.
1944 that's as distinctive, as difficult to mistake for anything else as Le Loyant's gas mask. I think there's a different entry in rural American folklore that compares better to Le Loyant, one that doesn't involve a distant
You
war,
can't smell
one
this
that
so
really
weird.
wasn't a case
It's
of
gotta
mass
suck.
hysteria, and in this
Well, I
one,
mean, in some
a
ways it's
local
probably
legend
pretty nice, but
turned out to be pretty much right on the money. If you're from the Pittsburgh metro area, you may have grown up hearing about a local boogeyman called the Green Man, or sometimes Charlie No Face. Maybe at
you
the
can
school
do
you
it,
went to,
CSB.
these
You
were
can
treated
do
as
it.
two different characters, or maybe they were one and the same. The story varied over the decades and from one neighborhood to another, but it involved someone who was horribly disfigured, maybe in a chemical accident, like the Joker. Almost all his facial features had been melted off, hence Charlie No Face, and maybe there was radioactivity involved.
That's good,
making
because
his
yeah,
skin
smell
glow
and
green
taste
ever
like
since, hence Green.
interact with each
All
other.
over
I do know
western
that having a
Pennsylvania,
diminished
there
sense
were
of
roads
smell
and
can
paths
like
in the woods where the kids said the Green
make your.
Man lived.
I think it
Park
may
your
make
car,
taste duller,
honk
like it's
3
supposed to,
times,
or
or
something.
blinking
I don't know.
lights or something. The stories varied. Either way, you were summoning the Green
Different
Man.
people have different
And
levels
on
of
Route
taste,
351,
sure.
outside the town of Koppel, a few nights a week,
Like taste
from the
sensitivity,
1940s
I'm
through
sure
the
it's
70s,
like.
the Green Man would
Yeah.
appear. His real name was Raymond Robinson, and he really did have almost no facial features.
Oh yeah, when
When
your
he
nose
was
is
8
stuffed
years
up, it
old,
can affect your
in
taste.
1919, he'd climbed a pole on a bridge used by an interurban, a rural regional trolley line, to look at a big bird's nest up there. The pole held up the trolley's live wires, and young Raymond was electrocuted.
Okay,
The
I have
newspapers
to work a
reported
bit
he
more
would
on my
die, but
organizing for the art
he
swap
didn't.
tomorrow, but I think
Completely
I'm gonna
missing his eyes, nose,
call
and
this
left
done
arm,
and
Raymond
send
soldiered
Snakes. I'll
on,
send you the
taken
files on
care
the
of
Discord
by
in a
his family.
second.
As an adult, he made leather handicrafts for a living and lived a basically nocturnal schedule, going out for long walks at night, for fear of freaking out the populace. He was blind, so darkness didn't mean anything to him. Local teenagers were the first to find out about Raymond Robinson. He was scared of them at first
Oh,
and
poor
thought
guy.
they would prank him or bully him.
If you're interested in the rest of this video, Jessica, I can like
But that
link
wasn't
it
the norm.
to.
Raymond Robinson went from a creepy urban
But
legend
I gotta
to
finish
something
watching
that,
it while
after being injured at
I'm
such a young
packing
age,
up
he'd
stuff
already resorted to
and
never being. A
finishing
beloved pillar of
decluttering
the community.
the art swap
High schoolers
leftovers.
would come offer him cigarettes and beer, which he had no trouble with. It was the 50s, and
They'll offer him cigarettes and beer. Let me just like my own stream Discord, we all know what it looks like. There. Let me just slap these up here. Accidentally. Oh, okay, yeah, that was the two different ones. Okay. This is the proper PNG one. Yes, okay. Can I upload these two at once? Or will it, like... Okay, they're not too big. That's good. Okay. Oh no. Yeah. I adjusted my other knee that I was sitting on weird, and that led to me sitting on my... It adjusted my one knee that was sitting on weird, and it led to me sitting on my other leg weird. Heck. Ow. Okay. Nice. Got another boss attack. And I got the draft done. Guys, I hope you like Mega Reptile Snooka, the most scaloid. Yes, Pistachio, I know, baby. I gotta feed Pistachio before she dies of neglect and starvation, being the saddest baby kitty in the whole world. And I gotta remember to post that other places because I had a very fun time drawing Mega Reptile Snooka, the most scaloid. Okay. My leg fell asleep. I know, Pistachio. I know. I'll limp into the kitchen for you, my baby. Hold on. Ow. Okay. Stretches and postures and drink of water and gently massage your leg. Okay. Maybe don't touch your leg. Okay. Let your leg wake up on its own terms and then limp into the kitchen to feed your poor, starving, miserable cat. And finish organizing stuff and take your meds and do what you gotta do for tomorrow and the next day and whatever. Okay, stop rambling and get the good sleepy times. A good night.